An attendee brought an individual to our attention that you may want to avoid or report to a convention that you see him at. He goes by 8-Bit Brody and is aggressive in asking attendees questions just to make fun of them in videos later. He does not disclose that you are being recorded. While I'm sure people will have different opinions on how funny, not funny they find it, we think it's reasonable to assume that it's harassing to a fair share of people. The culture of Colossalcon is not to take ourselves too seriously, but to single out individuals in this manner is probably tasteless. Be careful out there.
It's very easy to hate. What's difficult is instead accepting the things that you hate for what they are and learning to coexist with them. Pushing out all opposition to your beliefs and your viewpoints does nothing but harm in the end. I'd like to take some time today to talk about witch hunts and outrage culture in general. You see, I've been the target of some of this witch hunting lately. I'd like people to be able to use this video as a case study on the way accusations get thrown around blindly until they're accepted as fact. I know a lot of the things I'll talk about will pertain to my specific experiences, but I would hope that people would be able to use this to examine this problem on the whole. People should never be forced into an apology for untrue allegations. So I'm hoping that this video can inspire others to sort of do what I'm doing and take a stand. Luckily, I have the privilege of having video evidence to prove all of these allegations wrong. Not everyone is blessed with that luxury. So without further ado, let's dive right in. This is for you, Colossalcon. So I want to start with some of the more lighthearted and obvious comments.
Wait, let's put the brakes on for a second, Colossalcon. You state that you don't want people like this to be at the con, but by posting links to his YouTube channel, you are giving him exactly what he wants. He wants the attention. He wants the con scene to be dragged down, and he wants to see con goers get mad. I can guarantee that prior to this posting, his video probably wasn't seen by very many that attended the con. And now, his video is getting plays, and possible replays, and God forbid, he's probably gotten a few subscribers as well. We need to just ignore the problem, and it'll go away. Yeah, it stinks that this dude's being a troll, but giving him the attention he wants brings the con down.
You know, this guy's right. Ignoring something you don't like is the best way to make it go away. This post did nothing but give me a spike in views on a video that's almost a year old. YouTube also includes a tool for you to be able to see where subscribers are coming from, and over the past few days, I've gotten a handful of people coming from this exact post, so thanks for that.
This promotion alone is probably going to keep his monetization up for another 2 weeks past the genuinely goodwill YouTube creators.
Well, take heart in the fact that YouTube is changing its partner program, and he likely won't be able to monetize his videos much longer. I don't remember the exact specifics, but it was something about having to have 4,000 watch hours over the last year and 1,000 subscribers to be picked back up.
You can't monetize with that few subscribers or that little of a view count, can you?
I'm not taking views away from any other YouTubers, it's ridiculous. If your content's good, people are gonna watch it. As for the commenters below, stop spouting lies. Don't say, well, I kind of know what's going on, because you don't. I'm on a network, YouTube doesn't pay me, I get paid by my network. And as far as the 1,000 hours and 4,000 subscribers thing, look at my Doki Doki Literature Club video. That alone got over 4,000 hours of watch time in less than a month. I noticed this commenter wrote something else in this thread.
Just remember, Ohio is a two-party consent state, at the least when it comes to recording. That doesn't begin to cover the specific state and county's media laws. If this and other jerk IRL streamers bother you, educate and protect yourself and the spaces you care about.
That's inaccurate. You see, Ohio's a one-party state. Most states are, in fact. Here's a short list of the ones that aren't. That doesn't pertain to video though. It pertains to audio, which means if you and I have a phone conversation, I can record it as long as I know it's being recorded. As far as conversations in public, if something can be heard by the human ear, then it can be recorded. That means if I'm out to dinner having a conversation with a friend and someone at the table next to me decides to record the whole conversation, it's perfectly legal. As far as recording video in public, there's this thing called the reasonable expectation of privacy. According to Ohio law, in public places, you do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy, especially when you take into consideration something like a convention where there are security cameras, photographers, vloggers, YouTubers, people taking selfies, cameras everywhere. Which brings me to this next commenter.
Filming and posting on internet without consent is against the law.
If Colossalcon wants to make rules or regulations saying you can't film people without permission, that's fine. It's a private event and they're allowed to make rules for their private event, but that doesn't make it illegal. On top of that, this rule is posted nowhere. I went to their website to look up photographer policies, and it's mostly about keeping batteries and such out of the pool area. That brings me to this next commenter.
There are fake news crews there all the time.
News Team 6 from Anchorman is always there, sometimes with cameras, sometimes without. Always a mic, though.
These fake camera comments are so asinine. Just because other people have cosplayed a news crew, that means that there aren't real photographers there or real videographers there. I guarantee if you're a cosplayer, someone's taken a picture of you without you knowing. Might not be the most polite thing to do, but it's bound to happen. And by going out in public, you're opening yourself up to that. If you don't want a photograph taken of you, go live in an Amish community. This next comment really perturbed me.
He's trying to be like Ben Pace at Comic-Cons, but can't seem to get it right. First he build a relationship with the cosplayers, and then an only if consented to, tease them a bit.
And now, I don't know who this other YouTuber is, but do you realize how sleazy you made that practice sound? Are you implying that I should manipulate people by luring them into a false sense of security by putting up some sort of front? Are you saying it would be better if I didn't let people know right away that I'm making jokes? Do you realize how predatory that sounds? You want me to trick people into trusting me so that I can later lambast and harpoon them for my own amusement? You know, I wear my intentions on my sleeve, quite literally. I dress like a sleazy used car salesman because I act like a sleazy used car salesman. I want people to know exactly what to expect when they see me.
I want him to interview me sometime so I can just stare blankly at him until he wanders off. He overshoots edgy and crash lands in cringe.
Someone show me this guy next con. I would have so much fun making him uncomfortable with my nerdy awkwardness and flagrant gayness.
No, you can't. You can't be more awkward than me. I promise.
I'm glad that I'm in this trolling him.
All he did was talk about weightlifting. You know, he and I had what I thought was a pretty genuine conversation about what we can bench, what we can squat, what we deadlift. I don't know if I would consider him doing vacuums trolling. If anything, it seemed like he was making a joke. I personally found it funny, so I put it in the video. Let's say he was trolling me, and it made me super uncomfortable. I still put it in my video. There were quite a few comments of people saying they trolled me in my video, but I still put it in. So either I'm a character and I'm playing up my character's uncomfortability because that's the whole point of my channel and that's the joke, or I saw myself being uncomfortable afterwards, and looking back on it, I thought it was pretty funny. You know, if it's so shameful to be uncomfortable, then why would I show myself in that state? I think this ties into a very important theme of retroactive continuity, where people change the past based on the present. A very good case in point for that is this commenter.
I actually have been interviewed by this YouTuber at my college, OSU. He asked me how to get dates. I told him that he could meet a lot of amazing people at cons, which I've been a part of for 10 years. It was soon after where he made me feel awkward, although I already am awkward, and I was pressured to write down my number. I told him straight up, I have a boyfriend of 3 years. This is very wrong to write my number down for you. He replied, oh, he doesn't need to know. Don't tell him. I rolled my eyes. Yeah, I guess you can say a douche canoe is a good description of this man, and if we can protect other congoers from his channel existence, that would be great.
That's not how it happened. She could have done a little research and rewatched the video and realized that she was mistaken on some of those facts. Let me go ahead and show you the clip. Hey, can I get you a drink?
Sure.
All right, well, go ahead and put down that phone number, and that's all it'll take. I'll hold your coffee. It's fine. You can just go, yeah, go ahead. With the area code.
What the hell is this?
What had happened up to that point was I asked her what would be the best way to get her phone number. I then did the thing that she said would be the best way and jokingly asked for her number. She made a flabbergasted expression, and I joked that it was for legal, yeah. She started writing her number, halfway through finishing said,
I have a boyfriend, he's gonna be so mad.
Then why are you writing your number? You could have put a fake number. I collected so many numbers that day. Someone gave me their phone number as 4206969. I don't think if I called that I'd get a response. In the sake of fighting brevity as I have been, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened after that exchange. Don't tell him. He won't see this.
I'm gonna go see him right now.
Well, you can tell him, but don't tell him. right, so I'll just offer drinks right up front.
Not right up front, just kind of like slowly get to that point.
I was ready for her to leave. She kept talking to me.
Maybe give them a compliment first and then slowly.
She wouldn't go away.
Like, it depends on like where you are. So if you're at a convention, like, hey, I like your cosplay, I love.
I'll go ahead and fast forward through the clip. I had to jokingly tell her off after we had continued speaking for several minutes. I already got your number. Get out of here. Get out of here. At which point I made a joke about her boyfriend. Tell your boyfriend hi.
All right, I will.
Thanks. And I thought that was the end of it. Until this happened.
What is this for?
I'm an internet sensation.
Oh, okay. Hey, Big Brody. All right, I'll go check it out then. Thank you.
She turned around and continued to speak to me. Oh, I really harassed her. I just wouldn't leave her alone. She seemed excited to be in the video. I gave her my card with my contact information, and she said she was gonna look my video up and check out my stuff. But I guess, no, I harassed her. And maybe she just misremembered the facts. But in a court of law, if she were to say what she wrote in that comment section as a fact, it would be considered perjury, which is a crime.
He's definitely a creep. I hope he finds me. I'd rip him a new one.
Cool. I'll throw my drink at him.
And just knock his ass out. He'll learn if he gets his ass beat.
It's a he steps in our con. He is either going to get killed or reported, and we ban him. So he's pretty much banned.
Why are so many people threatening physical violence? I'm a con goer too, just like everyone else, so I want to know, what are conventions like Colossalcon going to do to protect people such as myself from other con goers who have threatened bodily harm against them? Is Colossalcon going to take a stand against assault? You can't hit someone because they're bothering you or they're saying something you don't like. That is assault. And there's written proof of people threatening violence against me, but Colossalcon doesn't take a stand against that? If you want to make a safe space for your con goers, that seems a bit hypocritical.
He does not disclose that you are being recorded.
That's inaccurate. I do disclose it. Do I always go up to people and say, "Hi, I'm filming you"? No, because that would be absurd. But people see the cameras, they see the microphone, and I give them a business card with my YouTube channel on it. They know they're being recorded. When I go up to a specific person to interview them individually, I typically ask, hey, can I get a quick interview? But if it's just someone random passing by who happens to stop and talk to me, what reason do I have to believe that they don't know they're being recorded? So saying something like this is just false, which leads me to this comment.
This guy tried talking to me at Anna Marathon and BG. Major creeper vibes, kept calling me Sailor Fat Moon, so I refused to talk to him.
I've never been to Anna Marathon. Ever. Someone called her out in the comments and said this.
I've done some research for his uploads around the period of Anna Marathon 2017. If he's been to Anna Marathon, it wasn't in 2017. He uploaded a video of himself at the Pittsburgh Retro Gaming Convention, which was the exact same weekend.
Which is true. I go to that convention in Pittsburgh every year. Every year that I've been 8-Bit Brody, I've been in Pittsburgh. I'm not saying that that didn't happen to her. It might have, but it certainly wasn't me because that's a convention I've never been to. And saying something like that without evidence in order to defame someone from a legal perspective is considered libel. That is a crime. If I wanted to be mean-spirited and harmful, I could use my legal team to press charges against these people for attempting to defame me with inaccurate statements. Am I going to do that? Probably not. Do I want to do that? This next comment was posted on one of my YouTube videos.
He's getting banned from all the cons, and good thing. This rude. I'm happy Colossal added them to their fuck you list.
I wasn't banned from Colossalcon, or any other cons for that matter. I'd made videos of me getting kicked out of conventions, and sorry to break the illusion, but those have always been set up with the staff of the convention as a joke. More often than not, I've been invited as a guest to these conventions. With that being said though, if Colossalcon wants to ban me, they know how to contact me, they know where to find me. I'm gonna go ahead and post a comment down below with a list of all the conventions that have officially banned me that I won't be attending. So that way, anyone who's a fan of mine will know to find me at other conventions, and people who hate my guts can go to those as a Brody-free safe zone. Speaking of Colossalcon, let's go back to their original post, and I want to reread something they said.
The culture of Colossalcon is not to take ourselves too seriously, but to single out individuals in this manner is probably tasteless.
Oh, like you're doing now? Do you really think this was the most mature way to go about this? Instead of making a generalized statement saying, hey, we've had some reports of people being maybe filmed without their consent, keep an eye out there, and be aware that if this happens to you, you can report it to security. But instead, they decided to single me out, give a link to my video, and allow people to publicly shame me as an individual. Seems a little hypocritical, Colossalcon. On top of that, this post has been shared on several other convention pages in an attempt to get me banned from all of them. Colossalcon doesn't want anybody to be singled out unless they're making a dumb comedy YouTube video. I am, however, thankful to see that some people were on my side. A very wise commenter wrote this.
Publicly shaming him like this is no better than whatever wrongs you think that he's done. There was a way more tactful way to approach this instead of letting hundreds of drama-hungry internet denizens tear into him.
Exactly. Public shaming is always wrong, which leads me to my next point.
Report the videos. Get him gone.
So what? You want to destroy my channel and potentially my career in the public eye just because you disagree with a video that I made? Are you serious? You're creating an echo chamber. Voices don't need to be silenced just because they're in opposition to you. If all you do is fill yourself with like-minded people, then you have no room to grow as a person. The worst thing to me about this is the fact that I received several private messages from people saying, hey, I support you, here's some hatred going on over in this group. They were too afraid to speak up. The Colossalcon fan page bullied people into being afraid to speak their mind. Sometimes it's helpful to see the other side of things. Hear people out that are different from you. A lot of these communities like to push for diversity in life, just not diversity of thought. Realize when you throw around words like harassment, it has a legal connotation. Someone gave the definition of harassment here.
Harassment is repeated unwanted contact.
But then they contradicted themselves.
If you feel you are harassed, you are harassed. If you need resources for coping with being harassed by this attendee or by anyone at the convention or any convention, please check out Uplift Online Community Against Sexual Violence.
You see, harassment has a legal definition. It doesn't mean because you feel harassed, you were harassed. You could have been annoyed or uncomfortable. But harassment is repeated unwanted contact. If I chased these people down and followed them over and over again, and I didn't leave them alone, that's harassment. At that point, take me to court, sue me. My legal team can fight your legal team, and we'll settle this with the fall of a gavel. Some of the comments were just mean, like this.
That dude got 2 different hairsets equipped.
Or this one.
He looks like someone who slips things into girls' drinks.
Making fun of my personal appearance, making fun of my character, but I get it. They don't want to look in the mirror and realize they've become the monster from which they're trying to protect themselves. It's like Chuck Palahniuk said, when we don't know who to hate, we hate ourselves. You know, I'd like to close this out by saying thanks to everyone who has supported me through all of this. I was honestly overwhelmed with fan support, and it means a lot to me. I've gotten a lot of messages in the last few weeks of people saying they're really excited to see me at conventions. So if you want that to happen, leave a comment below and let me know what some of your favorite conventions are that are 8-Bit Brody friendly. If you don't like this sort of negativity and hate culture, speak up. Don't let people bully you, because that's what they're doing. So if you feel that you're being unfairly bullied by an online community, gather some evidence and send it to me. I'll have your back. As for me, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm gonna keep reviewing rare and obscure games. I'm gonna keep making dumb videos with my friends, and I'm gonna keep going to conventions. If you like my stuff, consider subscribing. As I said earlier, I know a handful of people from the Colossalcon page already did, so why not join them? I also have a Patreon if you want to give me money to help support me through these hard times. I'm gonna get sued and I might need to be paying my legal fees, and God knows a struggling YouTuber like me in hard times, seriously, pay me for my comedy. Follow me on social media. I have a Facebook, I have a Twitter, all that jazz. Thanks again for all the support, everyone. I'll see you next week.
Cares what some doucher that thinks he has a real TV show thinks. Dude looks like he smells like piss. Also, people get some thicker skin.